Okay, here we are, and I think you guys can see that, but let's put this to resistance mode right there. It's registering 1 because nothing. And 001 is like 0.001. It's next to no resistance. This cheapo multimeter doesn't beep or anything of the sort, but I don't have anything better at the moment. First, let's look at some of these capacitors. We'll try this one here. He has a lot of resistance. Maybe that's normal. Because that one's climbing too. Let's see if we have a short to ground. These holes here, because of my Molex conversion on this, are ground. And they're probably ground on an unconverted board as well. So we'll put the ground lead there. He's going directly, he's going to ground. That capacitor has, well, it doesn't appear shorted. These connectors have there's openings to it. There's openings in the side of this connector, one for each pin that I'm going to use for testing each connector, if I can get it in there. Some of these have no pins. Nothing seems out of place. Seems like there's a capacitor in line there. Well, I suppose next thing we should do is power the drive on. See if we are coming up with proper voltages. My multimeter seems to be coming up with something somewhere. Alright, you should see a red light come on and then briefly and then come off. Or come on briefly and then shut off. Now let's see what kind of voltage we get here on this capacitor. 12.12. 11.94. 12.12. 1.18. Almost nothing. There's the 5-volt rail, 5.21. Just about 4. I think there's anything in that pin. Very little. Next to nothing. Okay. That's a 12 volt. This other one probably is too. Yep. This yellow one's probably a 5 volt. No, it's also 12. This orange one, right next to it, 12. And another 12. And another 12. That whole pin is 12s. That's handy. What about in here? Almost nothing. Not at all. A little bit. That's the head connector there. It's not going to have a whole lot. 4.5. 12. This next one will be ground. Yep. Well, the voltages on the board seem alright. Let's take this off. First, let's turn the drive off. I have this held down by just one screw. Let's take that one screw off. And then see. We'll just set him up like so. Let's get this drive mechanism out of here and we'll see if we can figure out anything on it. Inside this chassis, it connects very much like a 5¼ inch PC drive. There's 2 screw holes on either side. These are the bigger, the coarser threaded screws. I don't know if you can see that at all. We'll mistreat the PCB as we try to move this around. check to see if there's a broken belt or maybe a broken connection. Alright. Now, there's the chassis with everything removed. Put him aside. All four of these connections go to the drive assembly. Couple wires to the LED. That goes to the head. It has a single head as a single-sided drive. Otherwise, I would have two of these connections. Drive for the motor. There's the motor right there. It looks like the belt's in good enough shape. Connections down here don't look like they're broken. There's the stepper motor. It's an Alps mounting mechanism. Why is he not spinning? Blue, red, gray, and yellow. There's a yellow one here. Blue is here. Don't see a gray in there. Put that. That's alright. With everything out of the chassis. Let's connect everything. Put the drive back to power. We'll see what happens. I wonder if that motor's shot. Hot disk in there. I don't know if this is supposed to spin. Turn the drive off and on. Seems like everything's getting voltage, just the drive itself is not spinning at all. some software that should make this drive spin if it's going to. Alright, this is the open CVM environment. It's a Windows, and well, I suppose it might work in DOS too, but Windows utility for interfacing with Commodore disk drives. There is a program in here called RPM 1541, which should constantly spin this drive so you can see the speed and adjust it on the fly. The drive is on, but it seems like nothing is happening. This is a graphical front end for the OpenCVM project. We're ready to initialize the drive. Yeah, I'm sure. It's not even trying to access the drive by the looks of it. Set as device 8. Oh, you can see my OBS studio, but that's okay. Program is working. Let's reset the zoom blocking. Unplug the USB cable, plug you back in. The head moved. It says read error. Of course, the drive never spun. I don't think that motor is working. Better, it's just not getting power somehow. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but I do know that this yellow wire wire is grounded. This drive seems to just be full of problems. Well, I'm not giving up on this drive, but I don't have the tools right now to go any further on it. I may need a new motor. I may need to test that motor somehow. Everything I can see looks fine. If any of you watching notice anything that I'm missing, please let me know. Well, I suppose thank you for joining me and hope you have a good day.